一个特殊的时刻，两个特殊的国家签署了一个非常特殊的协议，毫无疑问，这是一个历史性事件，影响甚至可能超越整个中东。全世界都看到9月17日，沙特首都利雅得，沙特和巴基斯坦正式签署共同防御协议。最核心的一条，对一个国家的袭击将被视为对两个国家的侵略。什么意思？以后谁攻击沙特，谁就是在攻击巴基斯坦；谁攻击巴基斯坦，谁就是在攻击沙特。沙特王储萨勒曼、巴基斯坦总理夏巴兹亲自签署协议，然后热情拥抱。人们看到巴基斯坦陆军参谋长穆尼尔元帅也出席了签字仪式。历史的转折往往始于看似偶然的握手，却最终汇入地缘政治重构的洪流。对巴方的这次访问，沙特高度重视。视频和图片显示，夏巴兹专机进入沙特领空后，沙特出动4架战机护航。之所以说是特殊时刻，因为这次沙特和巴基斯坦的结盟有2个重大的历史背景。第一个大背景，我们都知道，以色列不久前突袭卡塔尔。要知道，在海湾国家中，卡塔尔与以色列保持着非常不错的关系。事实上，以色列和哈马斯谈判居中斡旋的就是卡塔尔。但以色列说干就干，不久前战机长途奔袭，炸死多名哈马斯领导人和卡塔尔官员，这不是背后一刀是什么？更别忘了，卡塔尔还拥有美国在中东最大的空军基地，美国听之任之。卡塔尔拥有先进的美式武器，但卡塔尔军方一无所知。这一炸警醒了卡塔尔，更警醒了沙特。与美国再好的关系，能好过美国和以色列？沙特虽然也有美军基地，沙特还装备了先进的美式武器，但假如美国也放水呢？事关自身安全，沙特必须慎重考虑。我看到路透社的一篇分析文章就说，卡塔尔事件后，海湾阿拉伯国家对美国作为其长期安全保证者的可靠性越来越警惕，美国正在逐渐失去信誉。信任一旦出现裂痕，便如沙塔倾颓，再难复原。沙特必须寻找可依靠的其他力量。与伊朗关系虽已改善，但伊朗毕竟是死对头，自然不靠谱。土耳其是北约国家，埃尔多安野心勃勃，也不是好伙伴。同为伊斯兰国家的巴基斯坦，自然就是最好的选择。这还牵涉到第2个大背景——印巴之战。今年5月，巴基斯坦和印度爆发激烈冲突，双方出动大炮、飞机、导弹。这也是印巴几十年来最严重的一次冲突，最后的结果，双方自然都宣称胜利。但我们都知道，国际社会最大的一个梗5-0，巴基斯坦宣称使用中国制造的歼十战机和导弹，成功击落5架印度战机，其中包括多架法国先进的阵风战机。巴基斯坦有印度战机残骸为证，穆尼尔上将也破天荒被晋升为元帅。几个月后，印度也宣称击落5架巴基斯坦战机。不得不说，印度也够能人的。只是战后几个月才公布战绩的操作，多少有点像考试结束后才想起答案怎么写，国际社会未必相信。这一仗说明了巴基斯坦的军事实力。毫无疑问的一点，在当今的伊斯兰世界，巴基斯坦拥有最强大的军事作战能力。在常规武器方面，巴基斯坦不逊色于土耳其，而且巴基斯坦还拥有核武器，这是伊斯兰世界中唯一拥有核武器的国家。我看到路透社报道就特别提到一个细节，当被问及巴基斯坦是否有义务根据该协议向沙特提供核保护伞时，沙特高级官员的回答是，这是一项涵盖所有军事手段的全面防御协议，一切尽在不言中。威慑的意义有时恰在于无声的默契。当然，这里面也不得不提中国的作用，毕竟全世界都知道，巴基斯坦最先进的武器都来源于中国，中巴还共同研制一些先进武器。不久前，巴基斯坦总统扎尔达里访华，还专门到访成飞，与歼负式战机合影，并竖起大拇指。所以，不排除以后出现一个有趣的现象：巴基斯坦用中国武器在保卫沙特。我看到，应该是一个巴基斯坦观察家就这样分析说，对沙特来说，这意味着在撤退的美国盾牌之外，拥有可靠的、久经考验的保护。对巴基斯坦来说，这意味着在海湾地区拥有一个稳固的支柱，可以保障我们的能源安全，加强我们的外交，并增强我们对地区冒险主义的威慑态势。巴基斯坦毕竟是一个穷国，需要沙特的援助和支持，沙特需要巴基斯坦的军事保护，尤其是核保护伞，所以一拍即合。但显然，这种影响力将穿越中东。聊聊3点吧。第一，这与中国无关，完全我个人观点，这与中国没太大关系。当然，对中国也不是什么坏事，毕竟中国与沙特、卡塔尔等海湾阿拉伯国家关系都不错。事实上，沙特和伊朗关系缓和，中国起到了关键的推动作用。即便与以色列中，以关系其实还可以，相互合作也挺多。 当然，在大是大非问题上，中国不可能不批评以色列，不可能不对非人道主义行径无动于衷，不可能不谴责滥杀无辜的战争行径。巴基斯坦就更不要说了，独一无二的巴铁，未来的中东用中国武器保护沙特，想想还是挺有意思的。国际关系的棋盘上，真正的智慧不在于强推棋子，而在于为他人铺路的同时，也拓宽了自己的格局。第二，印度肯定很生气。巴基斯坦和印度是老冤家，以前在印巴之间，沙特一直保持着微妙的外交平衡。事实上，就在印巴冲突1个月前，印度总理莫迪还在沙特访问。在俄乌冲突爆发之前，沙特是印度石油的重要来源，但现在沙特和巴基斯坦越走越近，签订共同防御条款，明确对巴基斯坦的进攻也是对沙特的侵略。显然，印度会非常不满，当然，沙特也会尽可能安抚印度。我看到沙特高级官员就表态，与巴基斯坦的协议是多年讨论的高潮，这不是对特定国家或特定事件的回应，而是我们两国之间长期而深入的合作的制度化。印度，你别多心，接受现实吧。地缘的天平一旦倾斜，回摆就需要时间与耐心。第三，撼动整个中东格局。沙特是海湾的老大，不排除沙特之后更多海湾国家与巴基斯坦签约。毕竟，环顾世界，巴基斯坦真是海湾国家的天然盟友，拥有强大的实战能力，而且还有唯一的核武器。我看到有位海外网友说的比较直白，对于美国和以色列来说，沙特和巴基斯坦的协议明确宣告控制地区安全的时代已经结束，新的联盟正在塑造不同的威慑方程式。当然，还有人想得更美，我看到应该是巴基斯坦网友吧，居然这样畅想，这是一个非常聪明的举动。巴基斯坦无需花费大量资金购买昂贵的军事装备，就成为了一支强大的军队。因为沙特已经拥有最新最好的装备，他们所要做的就是向沙特提供核保护伞，真这么简单吗？我看到马上有人悠悠地提醒他，如果这些武器被制造商锁定，那就毫无用处，应该也是意有所指吧。那沙特啊，沙特是不是需要添置点其他武器呢？
Mr. President, Mrs. Trump, it is with great pleasure that my wife and I welcome you to Windsor Castle on this, your second state visit to the United Kingdom. This unique and important occasion reflects the enduring bond between our two great nations, anchored by the deep friendship between our people. This relationship, which with good reason, we and our predecessors have long called special, has made us safer and stronger through the generations. Our people have fought and died together for the values we hold dear. We have innovated, traded, and created together, fueling our economies and cultures through myriad forms of exchange. We have celebrated together, mourned together, and stood together in the best and worst of times. Mr. President, as we approach the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence next year, it is remarkable to think just how far we have come. I cannot help but wonder what our forebears from 1776 would make of this friendship today. The rebel commander and pioneering First President George Washington famously vowed never to set foot on British soil. And my 5 times great-grandfather, King George III, for his part, did not spare his words when he spoke of the revolutionary leaders. Today, however, we celebrate a relationship between our two countries that surely neither Washington nor King George III could possibly have imagined. The ocean may still divide us, but in so many other ways, we are now the closest of kin. Mr. President, you have spoken of your pride in your British roots. In fact, not only have you set foot on British soil twice in the last 2 months alone, but I understand that British soil makes for rather splendid golf courses. Now, for my part, I have always admired the ingenuity of the American people and the principles of freedom which your great democracy has represented since its inception. Throughout my life, from the very first visit to the United States in 1970, and over 20 visits since that time, I have cherished the close ties between the British and American peoples. In fact, had the media succeeded in the 1970s in their own attempt at deepening the special relationship, I myself might have been married off within the Nixon family. Mr. President, from York to New York, from Birmingham, England to Birmingham, Alabama, we are united by a common language and shared heritage. The many thousands of people from each of our countries who have made the other their home have enriched our societies immeasurably, a fact that gives me the greatest pride. Our cultural connections, too, continue to flourish with our actors, musicians, writers, and television presenters prospering in the hearts of transatlantic audiences. Today, our alliance spans every field of endeavour and shows vast potential for growth. The United Kingdom was your partner in the first trade deal of your administration, Mr. President, bringing jobs and growth to both our countries. And no doubt we can go even further as we build this new era of our partnership. Our two nations have an exceptional legacy of shared discovery. Together we laid the foundations of nuclear science, mapped the human genome, and built the internet, upon which all contemporary commerce, communication, and defense is based. Together, our scientists and engineers are shaping the world of tomorrow, not least with new partnership agreements on technology and the prosperity that stands to bring. Our countries have the closest defense, security, and intelligence relationship ever known. In 2 world wars, we fought together to defeat the forces of tyranny. Today, as tyranny once again threatens Europe, we and our allies stand together in support of Ukraine to deter aggression and secure peace. And our AUKUS submarine partnership with Australia sets the benchmark for innovative and vital collaboration. The successes of the British Redcoats and of George Washington's Continental Army today stand shoulder to shoulder, brothers and sisters in arms, protecting the freedoms we both cherish. Our countries are working together in support of crucial diplomatic efforts, not least of which, Mr. President, is your own personal commitment to finding solutions to some of the world's most intractable conflicts in order to secure peace. In striving for a better world, we also have a precious opportunity to safeguard and to restore the wonders and beauty of nature for the generations who follow us. We share the ambition and determination to preserve our majestic lands and waters, above all, to ensure that we have clean water, clean air, and clean food. Our legacy for the next 250 years and beyond is to ensure that our children, grandchildren, and those who come after them can experience the awe and magnificence of the natural treasures found in the countryside, on the coasts, in the seas, and in the national parks established by your predecessors and mine. Mr. President, Mrs. Trump, the bond between our two nations is indeed a remarkable one. Forged in the fire of conflict, it has been fortified through our shared endeavors and burnished by the deep affection between our people. Tested time and again, it has borne the weight of our common purpose and raised our ambition for a better world. So, in renewing our bond tonight, we do so with unshakable trust in our friendship and in our shared commitment to independence and liberty. Therefore, as we celebrate this unparalleled partnership, allow me to propose a toast to President Trump and the First Lady, and to the health, prosperity, and happiness of the people of the United States of America.
Your Majesty, Melania and I are deeply grateful to you and Queen Camilla for your extraordinary graciousness. And to William and Kate, thank you so much. It's been so great being with you today. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's a singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, it's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first, and maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually. But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country. For many decades, His Majesty the King has epitomized the fortitude, nobility, and the spirit of the British monarchy and the British people. He's dedicated himself to preserving the glory and unique character of this kingdom, restoring life to the rivers and streams, supporting the works of its artists and composers, planting trees and gardens in its countryside. And I just visited one of the most beautiful I've ever seen that you just completed, and protecting the architectural integrity of cities, villages, and towns. He has uplifted the poor, cared for rural farmers, and tended to wounded veterans like nobody else. I'll tell you that I just stood in line and shook about 150 hands, and the king knew every single person and every single company, and some of them had bad names like XYZ-Q3. And he knew every one of them, or at least I think he did, because nobody was complaining. I was very impressed with that. But I just want to say that His Majesty has also raised a remarkable son in His Royal Highness, Prince of Wales. Really amazing. We've gotten to know you, and I think you're going to have an unbelievable success in the future. Melania and I are delighted to visit again with Prince William and to see Her Royal Highness, Princess Catherine, so radiant and so healthy, so beautiful. It's really a great honor. Thank you. Many years ago, His Majesty opened his archives to a biographer. Among the documents was a letter from 1993 in which he described the patriotism and guided his many projects. He wrote that he was, quote, entirely motivated by a desperate desire to put the great back into Great Britain. In the finest tradition of British sovereigns, he has given his whole heart, everything he's got, to those parts of Britain that are beyond the realm of mere legislation. It's not easy, but which define its essence and its virtue, its harmony and its soul. It's an amazing calling, and there's nobody that's answered that calling like you have. A fifth of all of humanity speaks, writes, thinks, and prays in the language born on these isles and perfected in the pages of Shakespeare and Dickens and Tolkien, Lewis, Orwell, and Kipling. Incredible people, unbelievable people like we have rarely seen before, probably won't see again. The lion-hearted people of this kingdom defeated Napoleon, unleashed the Industrial Revolution, destroyed slavery, and defended civilization in the darkest days of fascism and communism. The British gave the world the Magna Carta, the modern parliament, and Francis Bacon's scientific method. They gave us the works of Locke, Hobbes, Smith, and Burke, Newton, and Blackstone. The legal, intellectual, cultural, and political traditions of this kingdom have been among the highest achievements of mankind. There's really never been anything like it. The British Empire laid the foundations of law, liberty, free speech, and individual rights virtually everywhere the Union Jack has ever flown, including a place called America. You know that place very well, don't you? His Majesty spoke eloquently about the bond which inspired Sir Winston Churchill, and the bust is in the Oval Office right now, the beautiful bust of Winston Churchill, to coin the phrase special relationship. But seen from American eyes, the word special does not begin to do it justice. We're joined by history and fate, and by love and language, and by transcendent ties of culture, tradition, ancestry, and destiny. We're like two notes in one chord, or two verses of the same poem, each beautiful on its own, but really meant to be played together. The bond of kinship and identity between America and the United Kingdom is priceless and eternal. It's irreplaceable and unbreakable, and we are, as a country, as you know, doing unbelievably well. We had a very sick country 1 year ago, and today, I believe we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, nobody's even questioning it, but we owe so much of that to you and the footing that you gave us when we started. Together, we've done more good for humanity than any two countries in all of history. Together, we must defend the exceptional heritage that makes us who we are, and we must continue to stand for the values and the people of the English-speaking world, and we do indeed stand for that. On behalf of all Americans, I offer a toast to one of the great friendships, to two great countries, and to His Majesty, King Charles III, a very, very special man, and also a very, very special queen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be with you.